cooking video. I hope that you've all enjoyed the all the taste tests I've done this week. It's kind of like an I'm sorry for not doing a cooking video last weekend. But sugar cookies. It's a staple for this time of year. We are currently on December, I don't know what day it is. December 9th? Sounds about right. It is a Friday. And we're almost have Christmas upon us. So, for those of you who have kids or something, or want to have some cookies set out for Santa, here's something where I didn't need to actually pick up anything for this entire thing, except for baking soda, only because I ran out of baking soda. And it requires very little baking soda. Okay, you need 2 3/4 cups flour. I hate my phone right now. 2 3/4 cups flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a cup of butter, 2 sticks, or half a pound. You want it to be softened, and you'll see why. Of course, this isn't really quite softened yet, but I think I'll be able to deal with it. You'll need 1 1/2 cups white sugar, an egg, and some vanilla extract. I'm being cheap and using imitation vanilla, but that's alright. Most people can't tell the difference. It's going to taste pretty good anyways. Let's see. This is our flour here. This is our sugar here. This is our egg. And one of these is baking powder and the other one's baking soda. Okay. So I have everything all set up already. So let's get started. First thing is the flour. Put it into a bowl. Baking soda and baking powder. Add that right in there. You don't have to separate your ingredients like I did. You can just be doing this as you're taking out of whatever you store yours in. I just did this for making the video easier. Let's see. So that's all of our dry. I'm special today. That's okay. So all of our dry ingredients pretty much except for our sugar. Just kind of want to stir that together. So when you're ready for that, it's pretty good. Okay, now in a larger bowl, much larger bowl, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creaming the butter and sugar. So I'm going to put the sugar in first. Then we're going to throw our butters in. I'm going to be making 2 batches of this actually. One I'm going to make kind of basic, how you could do it without. Chances are you have everything in your house that you need. Give or take a couple items that you're going to end up needing eventually anyways. Then the other one's going to be a little bit more special. It's going to be made basically the same way, but there's going to be a little bit of a design added. It's supposed to be easier, but realistically you're adding a whole step to it. This is definitely the easiest way that you can make homemade sugar cookies ever. You will also need to have your oven preheated to 375 degrees. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes to actually bake the cookies once you have them on a pan and in there. Okay. Alright. Time to make a mess. Now, if you were like doing buttercream, you'd be using confectioner sugar, and that stuff gets everywhere. If you have a silicone spatula, I do definitely recommend those. The silicone's nice because it gets right up against the glass and whatnot. Gotta get the butter out of here. So you can actually mix together the sugar with the butter. My butter was still a little bit on the hard side. You're supposed to let it soften for a while. I only just took it out of the fridge about an hour ago or so. And this is what that's going to look like. It is all nice and creamy together. It's going to be very, very sweet butter. Still got some sugar on the bottom that's not mixed in, but that's alright. That'll mix in after a bit. And now we have to add our vanilla and our egg. It's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. But if you're using imitation, I recommend using about 1.25 teaspoons. Just 1 teaspoon. I'll just put a little bit of a splash in there. Done with that. We can add our egg now. We're just going to go ahead and mix that together now. Now, if you don't have a power mixer or a stand mixer like this, definitely be more time consuming. But realistically, by hand, it's not that hard. This just makes it where when you add your dry ingredients in, which is where we're at now, kind of add a little bit in there. Does make it go a little bit quicker, a little less work. Starting to become more of a dough now. Very little of this left. We're just gonna go ahead and dump that right in. Starting to spit some of it out, but that's alright. Alrighty, just add off from there. Alright. This is the part where the hands get messy. Make sure that your hands are clean, of course. It doesn't quite smell sweet, but it smells of something. It's very buttery. But that's kind of the way that sugar cookies are. And it's dough. You could put a little flour out and you could roll it and stuff. Actually, that's what we're going to be doing next for the next batch. Don't worry, I'm not going to redo this entire thing for the video for the next batch. It's just going to pick up right when we get to this point with the next one. But let's do this first. You can make these cookies as big as you want, but they generally say about a teaspoon. And you just roll it into a ball. Put on an ungreased cookie sheet. And I can see why the other way that we're going to do this could be better. The other way involves wax paper as well. And also you're going to get a cool little design. Now if you want to put candies or something on top, it's not really hard. All you have to do is flatten it a little bit, put your candies on top, and then when it cooks it's going to flatten the rest of the way on its own. And I'm making some really odd shaped cookies here. But that's okay. Gonna have some big ones, gonna have some small ones. If you used a spoon, it'd probably be better. Easier anyways. And you could always take all this crumbly like dough stuff here and you could press it down. Here, I'll show you. Let me grab a teaspoon. I took a second off camera just to do this with all the dough. It's all nice and smooth and sticking. But a lot of people is they take a teaspoon then they roll it, put on that thing. So you have almost same size cookie every time. Alright, I'm going to finish up with this and we'll come back. I made up the second batch. It took me no longer than 5 minutes to actually throw it all together and to get it moving. But this is the special batch. This is the one that we're going to do something a little different with. Alright, I have it all mixed. It's all grainy though in there. So I got to dump it out. Put on wax paper for the sake of my own sanity. Do recommend using wax paper for this. We're going to be rolling it. Alright. First thing I'm going to do, squish it into a dough. Rolling pin would make this easier. Disclaimer is I've never done this before. I was told about it. So I'm gonna just give it my best. It sounds like it'll work really cool, but sugar cookie dough is relatively dry. And all your moisture is coming from butter. really hope that's going to work because I think it's going to look really cool. Okay. I think that's good enough for now for what we're going to be doing with it. I'm going to take some sprinkles. Now you can do this with the other types of like sugar type stuff if you want to. Just want to get the layer on here. I think that's going to be good enough. It's going to have to be good enough because I'm honestly not sure how good this is going to roll. It's one of the reasons why I said using wax paper is kind of a necessity. So we're going to roll it up, bring it up, but pull it away as we roll it. So we get a nice even roll on it. It broke. That might not be horrible, actually. That seemed to broke on the seam, so don't use seam on your thing like I am. I'm guessing that's where I went wrong, because that's right on the seam. Probably because when I was rolling, I pulled it, and it just pulled it further than it could roll. We'll try and salvage this. I'm failing. It's alright. You can't always be good at everything, right? All this stuff over there. Realistically, you guys can't see anything. Alright. Let's try to salvage this idea as best as we can. Rolling it. Get it nice and tight. Further. Alright. So we rolled. So we're going to have some extra. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop it on the sides here. Well, I officially failed on this one, but the idea was to be able to take your knife, cut it, and then just place your cookie on there. But I'm using a very dry sugar cookie recipe, and that might be what the problem is. Maybe 2 eggs to make it more of a doughiness. But I'm still going to try it. Just cut some of this. Yeah, basically instead of rolling your cookie, you're just cutting it, moving it over to your thing, which does not want to stay together. Okay, those are coming out a little bit better. Okay. I was just doing that wrong. Like I said, it's my first time. Actually, this is my first time ever making sugar cookies. Here I am trying to tell you guys how to do it. Well, since I'm self-taught, y'all should be able to do it too, right? Okay. I'm done trying. Alright, now I'm just going to throw them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Preheated oven. It's preheated at 375. And then they'll be done. Here's the regular sugar cookies, which I think came out perfect. I had to leave these in for an extra 5 minutes because I made them bigger than they should have been. As you can see, this is perfect. This one's a little bit toastier, but that's a smaller one. So if you make them all uniform, if you make them all real small like this one, 10, maybe 12 minutes would be perfect. If you make them a little bit bigger, you're looking at about 15. These ones did not come out as planned. Let's see. You kind of see what it was supposed to do, but it didn't quite do what it wanted it to do. Maybe I did something wrong. If so, if you know what I did wrong, tell me in the comments, and I will do it again the right way. But these ones I had to leave in for an extra 10 minutes because they're absolutely massive compared to the other ones. But the bottoms are perfect. It smells of popcorn. And when I was taking them out, because of all the butter that's in these things, it just smells of popcorn. These are one of my favorite cookies right here. They're called potatoes. They hold the wax paper down. Okay. Either way, so the time is going to be kind of relative to how big your cookies are. Once I get the wife down here, we'll do a quick little taste test and tell you how they taste and tell you whether if you really should do it or if maybe I'm just a total screw up. Either way, give me a second and we'll get to that. Okay, I got the Fox Queen game right here, which I'm going to call the Cookie Monster.
Haha, anyway.
I called up the stairs and said, honey, I need the Cookie Monster. She said, okay, I'm coming. So, Cookie Monster. Either way, so this was from the rolled ones, the extra, and I put it into a mini muffin pan. It actually looked like it came out really, really good. But let's start with the regular ones first.
This?
Yep.
I want this one.
Then take that one. I think that one just came out though.
Yeah, it's good.
Hot.
Good. Very good.
Oh, one of the best sugar cookies I've ever had.
Same. These are better than mine that I made like years ago.
I mean, it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. Like, you could put like a cream cheese frosting or something on it, and it would be good. Very buttery. Well, the majority of what's in it is butter.
Very good job. You're gonna have to hide these from the children. I'm telling you that now.
Okay, now we gotta try the ones that I tried to do the roll on.
That one? Oh god, those ones are huge though.
Oh, we'll split it in half.
Alright.
I'm gonna do it on camera.
Big gooey or crunchy?
A little crunchy. There's definitely a lot of stuff in there. I mean, you can kind of see what I was trying to do and how it came out.
Not bad.
Oh, it's pretty good. Just a little on the sweeter side from the stuff there.
Here. I like it, but I like my sugar cookies more. Thank you. This is very good. 5 out of 6. I'm just kidding. 2 out of 10.
10 out of 10 she gives the sugar cookies. You guys gotta try these. This one, not so much, honestly. I mean, it's alright, but that's gonna be more for the kids. Kids are gonna devour those because they're a little extra sweet. But regular ones are like, they have just that right amount of savoriness with all that butter that's in there. But that's sweet. It's a nice little snack. Honestly, I could really go for this and a cup of chamomile tea. That would be like a very good pair. Well, there you go. She ran away. But I'm going to go ahead and finish out this video with a mouthful. Thank you all so very much for watching. Y'all have a happy holiday. Have one of the best holidays ever. Because, well, why not? There's happy eats to go around. And, yeah. Y'all take care. And y'all keep eating happy. See you guys next time.